I gotta be honest today, guys. This message is quite selfish. While I so deeply want each and every one of you watching this to get your spark back, to feel alive and vibrant and radiant, to just like ooze with feminine magnetism, I also believe that you doing the work to get that back for yourself is the thing that will heal this world. Okay, and I won't dive into that part so much because, again, I really want this to focus on you. But I want to add that in because for me, it's really the depth of the work that needs to be done on an individual and a collective level. And it starts with you. It starts with me. It starts with each and every one of us because our spark, our inner flame, our radiance, our vitality, our aliveness, our sexuality, our trying to think of other words here, just like our deep level of joy and fulfillment is our power. Okay. And it's when we can come back to that new capacities, new gifts, new talents, new longings, new creative insights and energies and visions and dreams and focuses and all the things turn on. And when those turn on, you will be limitless. Okay, so if you're new here, I'm Jess. Thank you for tuning in. And for those of you who have been here before, welcome back. I'm really, truly honored that you're taking some time and spending it with me today. So let's really dive into this because there is just like this general feeling that I have that I see women, sadly, most women, too many women, right? More women than I would like to see, walking around just looking completely dissatisfied with their own life, lacking fulfillment. Again, lacking that radiance and that vitality and just like that feminine energy that is innate to us, right? As women, the feminine exists in men and women, right? But I'm really talking about like the feminine in women. And I just see this like lack of contentment, this lack of joy, this lack of fulfillment. And it's so easy to believe or start to buy into this belief. And maybe it's not even, maybe as you're listening to this, you're going to say, I'm not even buying into that belief. Like that is just the reality. And what I'm going to say is just this reality or belief that you are exhausted and depleted and overwhelmed. And it is that feeling that is keeping you from doing whatever it is that you think will bring you more joy, right? Maybe you think that if you can finally get your butt and start working out and eating better and you can lose some weight, that you'll feel happier, right? Or whatever it is. There are a million versions of that. Tune into whatever is true for you. But that is false, okay? Nothing that we want exists outside of ourselves. And it is only when you first come in and tap into your own power, you reignite the spark, right? The spark within you, that feminine spark is always there. It's just like dormant inside of most of us. And really, it is going deep, 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 deep within to awaken that spark that you find the motivation, the energy, the excitement, the aliveness, etc., that you are deeply longing for. It is not like when I do this, I get this. It's coming in and again, waking up that flame within you. Because this is what is going on for most of the collective. We are allowing ourselves to be absorbed into content that doesn't serve us. So we're absorbing ourselves into social media, maybe, on TV, whatever it is. And again, inherently, there is nothing wrong with that. But most of you are doing that too much. And what happens when we do that is we have just totally numbed out from what we actually need to do, which is feel. Because when we come back to our own body, that is where the juice is. That is where the power lies. So instead, you're not remembering that lives inside of you, or not knowing how to access it, or whatever it may be. So instead, we're scrolling through social media because we're really overwhelmed from the day. We're really exhausted. We just want to veg out. We just want to zone out. We just kind of want to numb ourselves in the moment from that day. And I'm using social media. And I know there are a ton of other ways to do that, right? And again, feel for you whatever is true. But that leaves us feeling so disconnected from the truth of who we are. That leaves us so disconnected from our own internal power. And the beauty of our own internal power is that spark, is that feminine spark, is the radiance and the vitality and the magnetism that is available to each and every one of us. And it is only when you go in and you source that power from within, you reconnect to that, you reawaken that now there is an energy that wakes up inside of you. And now that energy is it's like you see life for the first time. You see your life in a new way. Maybe it's activating a new dream for you, a new vision, a new goal. Maybe it brings you clarity on something that you have just been really stuck about. Maybe it's even simpler than that. Maybe you haven't even realized that you needed clarity. You have just been kind of living in this fog. You've been living in a haze, just kind of going through the motions of the day, assuming that this is the best version of your life and accepting that, right? You know it doesn't feel good. You know it's not really what you want. You know that other people have a life that looks alive and magical and vibrant, but you're just going through the day and, just not really changing much, just allowing whatever to be, beating yourself up because you're not doing the things, you're not making the changes, right? But deep down, there is this longing for something more. And I think that that's where we have to start. We have to start with the longing, because I always say, for me, I always feel that in my heart. That's kind of why I'm going like this. For me, it's almost like that feeling is the North Star, right? So it's when I feel like something is off, my body feels it, right? I'm incredibly embodied, and I know in my body when something doesn't feel right. So then I'm come back within, right? What's going on? Coming back into alignment. And I believe that it's almost when our body feels off, it's an alarm sound that's hey, wake up. We're trying to get you back on track here. We're trying to get you into alignment, right? Or maybe, it could be something totally different where maybe you did feel in alignment. Maybe you had the corporate career and it feels really good, or it has felt really good. And then suddenly something feels off, right? Maybe it's a sign to pivot, right? Maybe it's a sign to do something else. There is a deeper longing there. It is always a sign to go within, right? It's not normal to just go through your day with constant heartache. I don't mean heartache like breakup heartache, with this disconnection. Again, feel in for you what that feels like. I'm trying to put words on it for myself, and I have kind of a hard time. But for me, it's it's just like a ick. It's just ugh, I want to shake it off. It's it's kind of a heaviness, it's a contraction sometimes, right? Again, feel in for you what that feels like. But that is not normal, okay? You deserve way more than that. You deserve to feel your best. You deserve to feel amazing. You deserve to live a life that really lights you up and excites you. And you get to do that when you go within and reconnect to your own power, right? Your power is your life force energy. Your power is your creative force. Your power is sourced from the depth of your being. And it's not like this surface level, like being in my power and everything is great and beautiful and fine. It's like, again, allowing yourself to get really honest with, what am I actually longing for? What do I actually so deeply desire? And then you must act according to that. You must take steps in accordance with that, in the direction of that path, because that is where you will find the energy and the excitement and the aliveness and the motivation that you seek. Sometimes it's so easy to judge ourselves and beat ourselves up for not having motivation, for not having focus. I know I've done this. I know other clients that I've worked with, they do this all the time, right? It's so easy to fall into that trap. It's so easy to judge yourself for maybe trying on different paths, different things, trying out different things, and kind of feeling like I keep doing things, but they're not working, or none of them have really stuck. Okay, does that sound familiar to you? I know that is a super common theme amongst women that I work with. And this is the key. What if all of those experiences, all of those opportunities are simply guiding you to the very thing that lights you up, that gets you so excited that you're like, I can't wait to get out of bed in the morning to do this. I can't wait to pour all of my focus and all of my energy and all of my life force into this. Okay? And oftentimes we're looking to the mind to figure out what that is. And instead, I want you to go within. I want you to go deeper. I want you to go into your heart. I want you to go into, like the area below your belly button. I want you to see what wants to come up for you. That is where the wisdom is. That is where the juice is. That is where the energy is. Okay? You're not always going to make sense of it. And this path is not super linear, and there may be pivots and there may be twists and turns, and it may not feel easy at some points, but keep following that inner aliveness. And even if you're not looking for like, what is this like bigger thing that will excite me, let me just rephrase this. Even if there's not like you're looking for this thing to do, or maybe you are looking for the thing to do because you think it's like the thing to do will then excite you. Tap into your own excitement and energy, and then let whatever is meant for you be received by you, come up for you. Okay, when you do this work, when you go within, when you tap into your own energy source, what needs to be revealed to you will be revealed. The gifts that want to come online, the talents, maybe more purpose, more fulfillment, more joy, I don't know, whatever it is for you, it will be revealed. You can't just like find it outside of yourself. It might work a little bit, but you're going to keep getting to these plateaus in your life where you feel like you have everything you ever wanted, yet the fulfillment is still not there. Yet the bliss and the joy and the happiness and contentment is still not there. The peace is not there, okay? And it's because you're looking outside of yourself for it. go within. So what are a couple of things that can support you through through your own journey? Because I think that there are two ways that I see women trying to navigate this. And the first way is we think that there is something that we should be doing. Or maybe it's even, like on a conscious level, it's like something we want to be doing. It's something that kind of is exciting us, but it feels like something is missing. It feels like you just haven't figured it out like quite yet. Does that resonate with you? Like you're doing these things and you kind of feel like it's on the right path, but like there still seems like there's like a missing link there. And that would be a great way to bring kind of that energy and that focus, again, bringing it within you and just getting really curious. Maybe the thing that you have been doing is just a stepping stone to something bigger, right? Maybe you haven't been thinking big enough about it. Maybe you haven't been dreaming big enough about it, whatever that is. Even going into, what am I really longing to experience? What am I really longing to create? And I don't even care if this is like from a business or from like something that you can make money with. Maybe it's like you're really longing to like create music, right? And I know that's something that you're naturally talented at, but you just don't do it enough. Maybe you're really longing to dance. Maybe that's something you just like really love to do as a kid and you haven't done that as much as an adult, right? Maybe you're really longing to kind of just like be the best mom you can be, right? Just like whatever that looks like for you. Again, feel in for you. I'm just saying things that are kind of coming up for me. But when you get curious and you go within and you connect to that spark, okay, you connect to that part of yourself that is longing for something deeper, the fulfillment that you seek will show up. And it may not be like a this is it aha moment, but there'll be a little nudge, there'll be a little voice, there'll be a little breadcrumb. And now you must pick it up. You must follow it. You must keep going. Doing that, right? Like it's one thing to go within and that feels really good. Like don't get me wrong, but the real fulfillment and aliveness comes when you move from that place, right? When you go within and you connect to that inner spark and you connect to your own power and you connect to the life force energy that lives inside of every cell of your being. When you connect to that and then you allow that to move you, and you move and you take action whilst connected, right? That will make you feel alive. That is what will bring back your radiance. That is what will make you feel on purpose and fulfilled. And it may not make sense, but trust that. Trust that like whatever is coming up is exactly the right thing that's meant to come up for you. That is where like the secret sauce is. That is where the magic happens. But you got to stop looking outside of yourself and go within and be willing to go to some of those parts of you that have not been revealed to you yet, that have not come online yet, that have, and sometimes we think like, oh, there's not these hidden parts of me. There's not these depths. And we're so unconscious to them that we don't even realize that they're hidden, right? Like I've done so much work and I know I still have parts of me that are hidden or that I'm not totally allowing to like shine and that I'm not totally allowing myself to embrace. Maybe I'm not really allowing them to be embraced at all. I don't know, right? They're unconscious. I don't know about them. And the same goes for you. So it's a constant journey. It's a constant willingness to go within and again, just see what wants to be revealed. And all you have to do is go within and connect and trust that whatever is meant to be revealed to you in that moment will be. And then you keep going and you keep moving, and every day you keep doing this work. Every day you connect to your own aliveness. You ask yourself, what would be the most fulfilling thing? What is my heart longing for, right? Like kind of doing some of these inquiries for yourself and seeing where that leads. Now, the other aspect of this that I see is women who have maybe had a tendency to people please, or women who are just really willing to just kind of go with the flow. They have suppressed their own voice and opinion for so long. And again, like often this isn't even a bad thing. It doesn't have to come from trauma or a terrible childhood or anything like that, right? There are just little cues that we pick up on as kids, and it forms who we are as an adult, but it doesn't mean that we can't change that and we can't access new parts of ourselves, access our power, okay? But if that is you and you're just like, I don't even know what I want. I don't even know what I like. Maybe I don't even know who I am. This practice would be especially beneficial to you because, again, it's like when you allow yourself to kind of go into that state, into meditation, connecting within, going deep, deep, deep into your belly, right? Into the depths of your own being, and just connect to that flame within, connecting to that spark, connecting to this energy of aliveness and radiance and feminine, and just seeing what else kind of wants to come up. But it's just like, for me, it just like I'm getting tingles. It's just like this beauty and love, and it's not superficial. It's not, it's coming from a place of like, I get to be the queen of my own life. I can journey to the depths of myself. I can see what was hidden. I can see what I suppressed. I can see what I was afraid to share and show the world. And I'm not afraid anymore. I own all parts of myself. I own all aspects. I am choosing to be in my own fullness and my own wholeness from the truth of my being, which is going to be different from yours, right? It's going to look a little different, but it all comes from that same place, from that same sacred within. Okay? So try that out for you. This is how you access a new level of energy and focus and excitement and motivation, right? You don't have a motivation problem, right? Like you're not, it's so easy to buy into this like self-help, like how do I be more productive and how do I be motivated? And again, it's all these like kind of tangible things that you can do to help you. And, sometimes those work. They've never really worked for me. And that's where I began my like a whole new journey. And it all started with meditation. And I was just like, oh, there's my energy. There's my motivation. There's my focus. There's my excitement. There's my like, I want to do this. And now I'm so in love with this that I can't not do it. Right? That I really struggled with that prior to this journey. And this is why I just care so deeply about it. And I just, again, after trying so many things that didn't work for me, and this finally worked, right? Now you just want to like shout it from the rooftops when you find something that works for you, because you're like, oh, this will work for everyone I know, right? Because it's not surface level. It's like going within and reconnecting to the truth of who you are. And isn't that the point of this whole journey that we're on? Right? So again, from that place, and it may not be like in one day, it may take practice, it may take some patience. You don't know what's going to be revealed, but can you approach it with an open heart and an open mind, right? Because something might come online for you that you're like, holy moly, I was not expecting that. I was not expecting these gifts to be revealed. I was not expecting these desires to be revealed, right? And sometimes that can be scary, but I encourage you, I invite you to approach it with curiosity. I want you to remember that this is for your highest good and the highest good of the all of everything. It's going to be okay, because the more you suppress this, the more you suppress those longings, whether you know what the longing is or you don't know, the further you get from your own truth. And the further you get from your own truth, the less alive you feel, the less radiant you feel, the less vitality you have, right? It's almost like unconsciously we're like killing off these little parts of ourselves, right? And I want you to come back online. I want you to just like, instead of killing off those parts of yourself, just like allow all of it to shine, embrace all of it. Again, that is like the gift of the feminine, embracing the fullness of who we are, right? And being so open to however our journey is meant to unfold. And when you do that, right, when you connect and you move from this place of that life force energy, and you're surrendered to the way that spirit wants to move through you, you will be an unstoppable force. Anything and everything will open up to you. You will experience the infiniteness that I believe most of us are actually longing for. I believe most of us are like, have this longing, like, I know I'm here for more. I know that there is something bigger inside of me. And then we get bogged down by not knowing what that is or how to activate that. So we do all these other things to kind of numb out or distract us from that, right? And we do this consciously or not. And then it just takes us further away from our truth. And then we're just kind of like, right? So again, I hope that this activates something within you. I hope that you start to, again, integrate this for yourself. I always say, don't take my word for it. Integrate it and give it a try for yourself. It's not going to be one day, or maybe it will, right? Like, we never know when these huge awakenings are going to come or how they're going to come. But just setting the intention to do this practice daily, knowing that you can get that radiance and vibrancy and vitality back, right? That feminine magnetism, deep levels of joy and peace and bliss and fulfillment in whatever way that looks for you. All right. And I'd love to hear from you. I am thinking about offering an activation to activate this within you, where you can reconnect to your own spark. If that is something that is interesting to you, check out the description box below. Get on the newsletter, because I will share more of that in there. This would be a totally free workshop for my community. So again, if that's something that might be of interest to you, be sure to check that out. And as always, I love to hear from you anyway, so leave a comment. Thank you again for tuning in, and I'll catch you next time. Have a good one.